Hello people, welcome to another toy review. Today we're taking a look at some figures from Masters of the Universe. This is from the Origins line. This is Wave 3. Now, kind of all of Wave 3, apart from I'm missing one figure. So it's kind of all of Wave 3. No, I'm missing She-Ra basically. So... and it's not that I don't want to pick her up, it's just that the shop that I bought them from, they didn't have She-Ra on there, but I went for it, and you know I needed to get all of these, and yeah, and good prices, arrived nice and quick, cards in great condition. I'll pop a link down below to where I got them from. It's a store that I've dealt with a few times before, and the guy who runs the shop, his name's Dave Tree. He runs a store called All the Cool Stuff. And they also sometimes organise conventions which go by the name of Roll Out Roll Cool. They're really great fun, great people, great toy vendors, loads of great panels and things like that. Really enjoyable, and yeah, just great times I've had there. And Dave posted up that All the Cool Stuff had these in stock. So, yeah, you know, wanting to support his store as well. So I popped in an order for these. And he's got Castle Grayskull up there. So I'm going to need to purchase that at some point. And also Panther as well. So I need to get that one ordered as well. So out of this wave, normally it's 4 figures. So I've just got the 3 out of this wave of 4. So Zodak, Merlin and Roboto. So we've got 2 good guys, 1 bad guy. Merman in the middle there. I do actually have the vintage figures just to do kind of like a bit of a comparison against. So that'll be quite cool. So we'll just take a look at the boxes first of all. So you got Roboto. He's got all of his working parts inside. Comes with a comic there. All of them are kind of unpunched as well. Cards in great nick as well. On the back, it shows you all of the different options, kind of weapons that you can use, and the other figures in the part of the collection. So it kind of shows the 4 here, and then kind of He-Man, Skeletor as this kind of standard other ones. And the artwork up here is great. It shows him kind of in a bit of a battle with Cobra Khan there, who I hadn't noticed. And, oh, what's his name? I was going to call him Trowbridge, but I can't remember his name. It's just gone out of my head. It'll come back to me. It shows you all the different features there as well. Yeah, so he looks pretty good. Next up, we've got... Merman here. You see they've gone for the kind of vintage looking head for him. They did release a convention exclusive which has kind of got a bit of a different look to him, but the colours are more or less the same. Also, we'll do a bit of a comparison. Comes with a comic there as well, and on the back there you can see Merman with his kind of corn on the cob sword type of thing, and he's swimming undersea, and you can see the sea creatures. And then up above there, I don't know if you can see that, you've got Skeletor and He-Man. Skeletor's in this kind of mechanical spider thing, which is one of the vintage toys. It'd be great if we do get another version of that. And then last but not least, we've got Zodak. Cool looking figure. He's kind of gone, the face head sculpt is mostly kind of like the vintage, but it's slightly updated. Looks pretty good in packaging. Looks like he comes with his gun. Yeah, he comes with this kind of standard gun here, and you can see him. Oh, there's like kind of like a flying chair type thing. It's the chair that's out of Grayskull, but they've kind of made it look like a kind of a flying thing there. You see he's ready to save He-Man, and then you've got I can't remember the name of it. The sort of sky sled sort of thing. It's kind of like a bird one that goes on the top of Grayskull. Oh, my memory's gone terrible today. But yeah, those are all the boxes. See, I'm going to get them opened up in a minute to take a look at them. I do have the vintage ones here. So these aren't my own figures. What figures that I've since bought, and you see they're not in the best shape, but you know, they kind of do the job. And we'll do a bit of a comparison side by side. So we've got all of them here. Got a Roboto here, and Merman. He's got a bit of a wobbly leg, so so we do a bit of a comparison against them. Right, next up, let's get them opened up and see what they're like. Right, here we are. We've got them all out of the package, and for anyone not realising, that is the new ones at the back and the old ones at the front there. So we'll take a look at them one by one, but you can see there's a lot of similarities, obviously, but there's a lot of new things going on with the Origins versions. We'll take a look at them one by one. So let's start with Roboto, because that's who we're looking at first. Look at in a group first of all. Maybe just adjust the colour slightly, all the brightness. It's not quite right, is it? A bit better. Yeah. So obviously, first of all, you notice they're kind of in a bit more of a dynamic pose. I don't know what that was. Sounded like something falling over there. Hopefully nothing from a display. Can't see that anything's fallen over. But it's just that kind of nervous sort of thing. You go, oh. But here we are. We've got them all here. And obviously you can get them in a variety of different poses first off. But I'll run through the articulation later. They're kind of the same as the ones that we've shown. There's some differences in the articulation with them. But first thing is with this guy here. You'll notice there's quite a difference in the blue. This is like a real vibrant blue. Obviously the articulation's different. The arms can rotate around. They can bend in here as well. The fist can rotate and move in. Sometimes these kind of get a bit bent out of shape in there, but red paint around here, red plastic here, blue paint here, silver plastic. The head does rotate around, so that goes all the way around, and you notice this bit moves, and it's got the same feature. Look, so it's all got working parts inside. It's really good, and it moves really smooth. You can go all the way across as well. You've got the interchangeable hands as well. So again, this one was slightly bent out of shape. You can just bend them back, take that out, and you get two other attachments. So you get his blaster here. Again, this one was slightly bent out of shape. So you can kind of bend it back, get it into shape here. That's kind of the same, more or less, as the other one. And his little robot hand as well, which is pretty neat. Yeah, lovely sculpt work on the side here. You see the kind of crotch pieces are quite different as well. This one's a little bit smaller, and the legs are a little bit, seems as if they're a bit longer on this one. I know obviously you've got the added articulation, but even with his crouch, these seem a bit bigger. Red kind of plastic for the legs here with silver on here. The silver could be done better, but then again on the original it's not. I know this is probably an older one, but it seems to have sort of like come off a little bit. But the legs here are done in a silver plastic, which is fine. You know, the legs move forward and back here. You get rotation here, here. Feet, they bend back a bit, not so much forward. I'm not these kind of boot kind of ones legs. I don't think you get quite as much articulation out of them as the kind of webbed or the kind of proper human feet, I don't find. So you get a little bit there, a bit of swivel either side as well, which kind of gives you almost like a tilt out, and the legs can move right out to the side here, forward and back. You see they're on ball pegs rather than being on those kind of kind of plastic hoops, and the arms rotate all the way around, in and out. The arms bend as well, that we mentioned. And you get this as well. It's yeah, it's really cool. I really like this figure. So you can get him in some cool poses. Yeah, kind of get him attacking someone or on the defense. And generally, once you kind of get him in a bit of a pose, they kind of stand all right. Sometimes they fall over a little bit, but generally, as long as you kind of get the weight distributed right, they will stand all right, he says. There we go. So that's pretty cool. I would say definitely an upgrade on the old one. I know this one is in great condition. The only thing you notice on the back of this section does seem bigger. Obviously the plastic is a bit more see-through, just down to the condition of it. You do get extra parts in this one, which you don't get in this one. But yeah, pretty pleased with that one. So that's Roboto. Pop them off to the side. Next up, we've got Zodak. So he comes with his red gun, which is plastic. He can hold it in his right hand. The other one's, again, got this claw hand. If you've got other Master of the Universe figures, you can swap the hands around, but it tends to be the right one is the grip hand and the other one is the kind of claw hand. But it's nice. This all does come off. And again, he's kind of got the hairy back here and muscles and everything else like that. It's kind of like a bit of a softer plastic for his kind of armor, but with the white paint in here, and grey plastic with red paint over it, the black, and even the mouth and everything's painted. Head rotates all the way around. You can look down a fair bit as well. Not much side to side, but again, you get loads of articulation with the hands and the arms. Everything rotates, waist rotation. The belt is painted white on grey, and this bit's grey plastic, I think. This kind of flesh-coloured plastic is nice as well. You get loads of articulation. The legs bend back a fair bit, and I do prefer the articulation on these ones with the cut there, and then the feet can move up a lot more, back a lot more, and then you kind of get this swivel here, which you don't get so much with the boots. So you could probably get him in a much wider stance than Roboto, I would say. So yeah, he's really good. I do like this guy, and if you're going to compare him against his the kind of vintage one, you can see they've gone for a lot of the same things, just like an updated look. The colours are a little bit different. This one's definitely had more of a spray tan, I would say, and yeah, you've got a bit more of a gap in between the eyes with those ones, but you know, it's more or less there. Some of the details are a little bit smaller on this one, and again, this one here is kind of like the rigid plastic for the armor, which you know, always used to get little bits come off this, or that bit there used to come off the vintage figures. And you do get the same articulation. These ones used to have the old swing where they do the punch. These ones don't do that, but you still get the same kind of articulation, which is good. Yeah, again, another great one. The nice sculpted details. He's got these kind of different kind of alien arms, which this guy also had as well. So it's share the same sort of thing, which we'll see with probably Merman's got the same sort of moulding on there with the boots and everything else like that. Well, same as Skeletor really. These are painted as well, which is nice. So yeah, very good. Very pleased with the set so far. And then we get Merman here. So with this one, they've gone with the head sculpt to make it look like the vintage toy. With some of them, they've gone a bit of an updated look, but this one is kind of pretty much the same. The colours are a little bit different, so they're a little bit light on this one. And the face isn't quite as harsh, I would say. But I think the paint is probably better done on the vintage one. But he does look a little bit, on both of them, they do look like a bit surprised But yeah, I think they still look good. The armour's lovely on this one. It's all one piece. So where this one, the vintage one, had this kind of almost like bow tie little thing down at the bottom here, which would come off and often lose it. This one is all in one piece. And again, the orange is a very much a bright orange, and then you've got green around the waist, whereas this one's just all orange. So it's a bit more of a breakup in that respect. I do prefer the green on this one. It's a little bit better. And again, it's kind of like a softer plastic, but this here is quite different. It's a bit more splayed out. And the details are slightly different. But yeah, I think I prefer the armour and everything on this guy. Again, he's got the same moulding for the arms. Their hands are outstretched, so all the articulation, everything is exactly the same. He moves really well as well. Some of them, I find these Origins figures, this joint here is a little bit stiff. And I've seen people where they've posted pictures of them, kids kind of breaking them. So just be careful with that one. If it doesn't feel quite right, just go steady with it the first couple of times that you do it. I think once you do that, see, this one's a little bit like that. Once you do it a few times, it kind of eases up a little bit. So just wouldn't want you to break it. Obviously, he comes with his sword. It's like corn on the cob looking sword, which is nice. You kind of hold it in the normal way. There isn't really a space to put it on the back, but it's all exactly the same on the back. You can take this piece off, you swap it around. You get the waist articulation here as well. Legs go forward and back, out to the side. You get this kind of like bend in the knee here as well, where it comes over. On this one, I noticed there's a little bit, a bit of plastic that's just sort of come over, where it's not come off the machine properly, but you can just like sand that back. And it's got all the same articulation, so you can get the foot right like that, so it looks like it's broken. And you can swap all the pieces around as well, which is quite a neat feature as well. But yeah, that's Merman. Is looking pretty cool alongside Roboto here as well. You can get him stood up properly. And Zodak to complete the gang as well. So all in all, pretty good set this. Looking forward to getting hold of all the next waves. I've got a few more to review out of the previous wave. I haven't had a look at the sled with Prince Adam and things like that. But yeah, look, I really like these guys, and all for getting more. And yeah, hope they produce many more of these. That's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.